Here's Jen Latta.
Well, I guess the coaching staff is closer to complete. I don't know that warranted that reaction, Joshy. Or that reaction, Joshy.
How about this one? You know what that is?
Chewy's got his own hotkeys over there in Florida.
Do you know what that is?
It sounded like retching.
It's called a regurge.
Yeah, so we're same page.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
They're big on the regurge.
Yeah, and we've talked about this. Luke Getsy, it sounds like, is going to be the quarterback's coach for your Green Bay Packers. And I think this goes back to, I think for me this goes back to, if you thought you were good enough to win the Super Bowl, which, as I've said, I believe that's what they believe in that building, because why else does Ed Policy re-up the guys in charge unless he believes this team is close to their ultimate goal, which is winning a Super Bowl? So if you believe that, and you're going to follow that line of thinking, Gabe, then the people who have been in the building have also been responsible for a team that is, quote, close to winning a Super Bowl. So yeah, why would you deviate? Why would you move on? Why would you go out and get other people? Who we've got is good enough.
We all agree that this is a pretty big year for Jordan Love, right? Talked about that earlier this week. First 3 years, yeah, it looks really similar to what Brett and Aaron were. And then year 4 of starting is when those two hit the gas pedal and took off to Hall of Fame careers. Now, again, not saying that that's what Love has to do, go out, win an MVP and hit the gas pedal, but it's a big year for him. Luke Getsy's a good quarterback coach. He's well respected across the league. Aaron Rodgers even loved him as his quarterback coach. So would you trust Luke Getsy with that continued development? Somebody who's been here, somebody who has seen the things that Love has done, maybe can see some of those things that Love needs to continue to work on to achieve that consistency we're always talking about, or roll the dice with a new coach?
No, I'm fine. I didn't want him coordinating.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think he was going to do that. I think we talk about this all the time. It happened with you guys, Chew, with Ray Rhodes. Ray Rhodes is a great defensive coordinator, not a good head coach, settles back into the defensive coordinator role. Luke Getsy appears to be a pretty good position coach. He was a good wide receivers coach the first time around, good quarterbacks coach the second time around with the Green Bay Packers, and the times he's been promoted to offensive coordinator, that didn't work out well. So he settles back into, okay, this is your career path in the NFL. You are a position coach. And I don't think that's a bad thing for the Packers. And again, this is a guy who's been around, who understands the direction that Jordan Love is heading in, and seems to be a well-respected coach across the league. Because he's gotten those opportunities from a number of different places. And I'm guessing if he wasn't on the Packers staff, it's not like he would not be on anyone's staff.
Didn't we talk about how maybe Mike McCarthy was interested in Luke Getsy at one point?
Yeah.
Bringing him in to join his staff. I do think that if you're weighing all the pros and cons, I do think the continuity is a pro. I think the familiarity with Jordan Love, I think the ability to, as you said, Gabe, continue his ascension is important. But then we got to talk about the other detail, which is, we thought maybe with Clint Kubiak leaving to go to Las Vegas and take the head coaching job, I saw him doing his introductory press conference yesterday, we thought that maybe Adam Stenavich might get a look-see by Seattle, but it sounds like Seattle is doing all internal promotion as far as filling that role goes. So I think stands to reason, all signs are pointing to Adam Stenavich remaining with this staff. And again, you want to talk about things that we have talked about exhaustively. It is the dynamic that exists within the Packers organization from an offensive coordinator / play calling standpoint. How should fans feel this morning, Gabe, about Adam Stenavich likely remaining a member of the Packers coaching staff?
Again, I have no idea. Because we don't know what Steno's role is. That's the tough part. Like, it's easy to go, oh, this thing is stale. We know LaFleur's sticking around. Okay, get rid of Steno. I don't know if He might be the problem. He might not be. I honestly have no idea. And that's the tough part when it comes to Adam Stenavich, because when you're an offensive coordinator who's not calling plays, and it's not like Matt LaFleur gets up there every Wednesday and goes, all right, here's everyone's responsibilities for the week. Judge all of these coaches on these responsibilities. It's tough to know what role Adam Stenavich plays within this staff.
But, Gabe, there were 21 openings at offensive coordinator.
But how many of those would have actually been a promotion?
21.
Because like Clint, so let's just say the Raiders, right? So the Raiders obviously have an offensive coordinator opening. Like, he's not going to go to that job because he's not going to be calling plays. Like, Clint Kubiak is going to be calling plays. So that's an open job that's just not available to him. Like, how many of the 21 jobs were actually available to him? And he interviewed for what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, I know, but he interviewed with Seattle last year. And this year they went, nah, no thank you. Right?
That's correct, yep. Or they just like what they have going.
Look, I had the same situation.
They want to keep the continuity going because they just won a damn Super Bowl.
I had the same situation with Sherm Lewis. You know? I mean, think about that, Gabe. We were a top 5 offense for how long?
Like 5 years?
5 years?
Something like that?
Same staff, same offensive coordinator, and I know Sherm got maybe a sniff or two, but not much. And I love Sherm to death. Don't get me wrong. Sherm was awesome. But when you're a top 5 offense for 4 or 5 years and you don't move on, I don't think you're very well respected.
What is the Packers' offensive identity?
Well, it changes. Past 2 years, it's changed. Went from a run first, pass second, and I think last year was more of a pass first, run second,
and which
I think is what it should be.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say, Chew. We want it to be more pass first, run second. We sort of assumed that maybe the run first was, we're not fully convinced we can hand Jordan the keys to the car yet. You know, we'll take him out on some test drives. We'll let him do a little, driving with the parent in the passenger seat type of thing. But it felt like maybe this year they were willing to at least take a step in that direction. If you're worried about the Packers' offensive identity, I don't know that Adam Stenavich is responsible for that mystery. I don't know if he's the guy. And I've said this entire time, it has felt like he is a scapegoat. He is just the pound of flesh guy. Oh, we want changes. Things are stale. There have been too many times where the offense has been inconsistent. Somebody's to blame. We're not sure who. Well, Joshy knows who. Joshy feels very strongly about who. But because Matt LaFleur just got an extension with the Green Bay Packers, people are still saying we need fresh blood. We need fresh ideas. We need new thoughts. And there are only so many positions to go around, Gabe. So ipso facto, sorry, Steno.
Yeah, but he's obviously sticking around. I mean, I don't think they're going to fire him at this point.
No.
Because who's available to you at this point? Like, if you were going to fire him, you would have fired him after the right. You would have done what your guy Andy Reid did out in Kansas City. Because they fired Matt Nagy after he was taking some interviews that didn't go his way, and then went, "Oh, we just hired Eric Bieniemy."
But you have to evolve in this league, and the defense tries to set the tone, which is a lot of time they do. You know, I remember when the Tampa 2 came out, everyone started playing Tampa 2 after Monty Kiffin, I don't know, invented that defense, and it took us a while to figure out where you're like, okay, with this defense, you have to be patient. You have to drive it down the field. And eventually, offenses learned how to attack it and defeated it. And then it moves on. And then it was box poach was the big thing, which is kind of a cover 4 light, you know. And then you find out how to beat that. It's all about finding the weak spots in that defense, you know. So that's how you evolve, you know. But if you're too late into the game, and you're not creative, because it happened with McCarthy, right? Mm-hmm. McCarthy's offense, according to Rodgers, got stale, and that's why he was gone. You have to be, you know, these new young coaches that are innovative are the ones whose offenses are pretty damn good. My thing is, and it's kind of the whole league. This league is so impatient. It's impatient with players. It's impatient with coaches. It's impatient with offenses. Just need to slow the hell down.
Well, but Chu, you've been banging the drum that you watched the Patriots and you watched Seattle and how quickly they were able to turn things around. That doesn't help the narrative when you have a team, much like in college football, and we talk about Indiana, the minute Indiana has this immediate success, we're over here in Wisconsin going, bup, Luke Fickell, what are we doing? If Indiana can turn things around, why the hell can't you turn things around, right? Like so those teams having that level of success just accelerates the clock for all these other programs. Boom. College, franchises, pro. I got it. We're there. It's 7-10. Give me a minute.
But just because it works for one team doesn't mean it will. I mean, again, for Wisconsin, I don't think Wisconsin fans are going, hey, Luke Fickell, let's go win a national championship. I think they're just asking for a bowl game at this point.
No, college is different, though, because college, it's like, how many draft picks is Wisconsin going to have this year?
How many kids are going to get drafted?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, now who's confusing things?
Yeah, I mean, maybe
a couple offensive linemen.
Yeah.
0? How about maybe some trickle downs?
Did I see that Indiana has 9 guys invited to the combine? I think I saw that information shared yesterday.
It's college. If you have 3 studs and the other team has none, you can develop a game plan where you can just beat them and work them.
All right, let me take it one step further.
Pros, everyone's good in the pros. Even the guys that suck in the pros are good.
Let me take it one step further. If we all believe that the offensive line and the inconsistencies on the offensive line, injuries notwithstanding, were a major issue, that the offensive line couldn't protect Jordan Love, that it's part of the reason why maybe Jordan Love wasn't able to take that next step, even though he had a tremendous year, why wasn't Luke Butkus on the hot seat? Why wasn't that something people were talking about? Why did Adam Stenavich become the guy that everybody circled on going, he clearly is the weak link, you have to go, when the offensive line was Luke Butkus' responsibility?
Well, because I go above that for the offensive line. The offensive line struggling last year is on one person alone. That's on Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah, remember,
that's easy. That one's easy. You decided to spend a ton of money on a left guard who had a history of not being healthy, and guess what happened this year? He didn't stay healthy. And then you decided to take the guy you had at left guard because you don't want to pay him past he's 30. Oh, we'll just throw him over at center, see how that works out. Didn't work out.
But Gabe, didn't Rob say, Jen, I think you were at college football, Rob said that was Steno that was making those questionable moves and moving guys in and out. You've said that.
Steno's not the one who signed Aaron Banks.
No, that was stupid.
The Aaron Banks thing is the thing that set everything else off.
That's dumb.
You sign Aaron Banks. He can only play left guard. You're signing him to play left guard. So what does that mean for your Pro Bowl left guard that you had there in Elton Jenkins? You had to figure something else out for him, so he ends up going to center. And Goody's the one who didn't give him more money. And
to your point, you were a top 5 or top 7 offensive line. Mm-hmm. Why the hell are you blowing it up?
Yep. Especially when it would have been cheap to keep the center. Yeah, I know you think you can improve there, but if you've got the continuity in the quarterback and the offensive coordinator and everybody trusts the center in Josh Myers, would have been a cheap option. Would have been a lot cheaper than Aaron Banks.
And I can tell you what, Elton Jenkins can still play football. Guard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going to, I guarantee you,
he can still play football.
Somebody's going to get a screaming deal on him.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get a great deal to sign him to be their left guard next year. Yeah, they're going to get a screaming deal.
800-990-3776. How are you feeling about the continuity, the consistency now on the offensive side of the ball in the coaching staff? Do you feel like someone needed to go, if for no other reason than to bring in new ideas, to bring in new thought, to bring in diversity of thought, whatever it is? Do you think someone needed to go? Because, again, to me, that feels a little scapegoaty. I'm not sure Adam Stenavich is responsible for the Packers' inconsistencies on offense this year. I do think we're getting closer. We're getting warmer when we talk about the offensive line. I think we're getting warmer to the issues that this offense had in developing an identity. But then do you blame the offensive line coach? Sounds like no, we're not willing to do that. And Matt LaFleur, as we know, whether you are critical of him like Joshy is consistently or not, he's back. Ed Policy believes that he is the guy who can get this team to the Super Bowl. because I still believe, benefit of the doubt and whatnot, that is his goal as president of the Green Bay Packers. I believe he still wants to get this team to a Super Bowl, bring the Lombardi back to Wisconsin.
We're getting change on special teams, guys.
Oh, yeah, the backup.
The assistant, he got hired, Chew.
Did he really?
Yeah, they're looking for they got to find a new assistant special teams coach.
Oh, I thought you meant they got hired. Like, I thought you were telling us breaking news that they had hired an assistant special teams coach. No, there's an opening.
Yes, there's an opening because their assistant got hired in Cleveland.
Yeah, he went to the most losing franchise that we know in American sports.
Joshy, what do you think that means? I can hear the conspiracy theory X-Files music. I can hear it.
That they don't know blank about what they're doing.
LaFleur benefited from a reset where he didn't get the blame. And the reset was the whole Aaron Rodgers debacle. He got a reset because if he had Jordan Love from day one, he'd be gone. Am I right? He'd be gone.
So what you're saying is if this was year 7 of Jordan Love, he'd be gone?
Yes.
Instead of going into year 4?
Correct.
Yeah, probably.
You agree?
Yeah.
I mean, should he be next year in McDermott's camp category?
Yes.
Jen?
Should who be?
LaFleur. Or if they crap down their leg like they did this year, smell you, flip you, here's a bus ticket and an apple.
Yeah, that ain't happening. He's not getting fired at the end of the year, Chew. He's just not. They're not going to give him an extension just to fire him. I mean, they would have to miss the playoffs. Like, it would have to be that level of disaster for the Packers. They would have to miss the playoffs.
Do you guys not get a feeling that there's just an overwhelming level of complacency here?
Yes.
How do you not look around at the lack of change other than people being hired away and go, these guys seem what they've seen the past 3 years is acceptable?
Yeah, but this is no different than what we've seen from Matt LaFleur. Ever since Matt LaFleur has been in this role, he has been hesitant. He has been reticent to make changes. He likes guys. He figures out who he likes. And then he wants to give them chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance to make it work. I think he fears change. You know, and there are people like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Once they get their crew, once they get their posse, they're like, I'm going to hold on to this for dear life. Even if the results aren't ideal, even if they're not what we want them to be. That's kind of the MO on Matt LaFleur.
I mean, they did lose their last 5 games, but we were riding high at halftime of that Broncos game. And I think that's what everyone's going to come back to, is they were in a really good spot until bleep hit the fan, and you lost your best offensive lineman, your best defensive player, probably the best, if we're being honest, the best player on the team, Micah Parsons.
100%. And that's
then on top of that, you lost Jordan Love to a concussion.
Listen, I don't want to tell you the 4-letter words that I got called this week when I said that the injuries were a major reason why the Green Bay Packers were not in the Super Bowl this past Sunday. But it's true, right? I think about Tucker Kraft, and I think about the way he would have progressed as the season went on, the way they would have opened up the playbook for him, the way that this offense would have been humming if Tucker Kraft was on the field.
Here's my argument to that, Jen. This isn't the Milwaukee Brewers. It shouldn't be the Milwaukee Brewers where all the stars have to align in order to win a championship. It shouldn't be like that. This is Green Bay. Okay, we should know how to win. It's been, what, we're going on 16 years since the last, what are we, the Dallas Cowboys? All the stars shouldn't have to align in order to win a Super Bowl. Everyone has injuries. You figure it out.
And I guess I would argue that going out and getting Micah Parsons was supposed to be
I agree.
That big swing that's not relying on luck, that's not relying on the stars aligning. We went out and did something.
Yes, but with Micah Parsons going down, can we say that they quit once he went down?
No.
Losing 5 games in a row. No. Did they quit?
No, because I watched those games. They blew leads. They didn't quit.
They didn't quit against Baltimore?
No, they just got dominated. Like, that defense got dominated. But that Baltimore game, like, Chewy, I saw them have a 21-3 lead in the postseason. They blew that, but that's not quitting.
What is it then? Incompetence?
Like, the roster, it turns out the roster's not good enough when you don't have your best players.
Okay.
Like, to win a championship, I know nobody wants to hear this. In any sport, like, the stars have to align for you in order to win a championship. Like, the Dodgers were the most dominant team in baseball this year, Chew. If Isaiah Connor-Falefa takes a decent lead off of third base, the Blue Jays are the world champions. But that was a break that went for the Blue Jays in Game 7 that allowed them to win a championship. The Stars have to align in some sort of way in order for every team to win a championship, even when you're dominant.
But can I say this with not 100% certainty, maybe with 85% certainty? They're going to lose good players next year.
Yeah, you just can't lose. They probably lost their best four for a stretch down that 5-game. They had already lost Tucker. They lost Zach Tom. They lost Micah Parsons. And for a stretch there, they lost Jordan to the concussion. Those are probably their top 4 players. And that's just really hard to succeed with.
Yeah, you can explain it away. You know why? Because their offensive line was not very good. That's why you lose Jordan. It's just these things add up. You know?
Because you had lost Zach Tom, who's one of your best offensive linemen.
Yeah, but that came from the left side of the line.
800-990-3776. Luke Getsy is your quarterback's coach. Adam Stenovich is staying in Green Bay. Are you concerned that they didn't make any moves on the offensive side of the ball that you feel like will bring in new thoughts that give them an opportunity to maybe tweak some things in the offseason with a diversity of thought? Let us know. 800-990-3776 here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We've got Jason Wilde coming up next. We will ask him how fans should feel about the coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball right after this.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Starting to see volume pick up across the system. You're on the brakes 94 eastbound in part of our construction zone there. Some of those slow down starting at 84th Street, tightening up a bit 94 westbound as well, starting at 35th through the stadium interchange. Otherwise, travel times looking good across the system. Traffic is brought to you by Disney on Ice this weekend at Fiserv Forum. Disney on Ice presents Frozen in Encanto. Buy tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Today, partly sunny and cool conditions, a high of 33. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 25. This report brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
This President's Day, stand up for comfort and real savings at Steinhoffels. Celebrate with big deals store-wide. Get $50 off every $4.99 you spend. Save on sofas, sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses, plus amazing doorbusters. Make your dream room more affordable with no interest financing until 2031 when you spend $19.99 or more. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard. Hurry, shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
If you're into muskie fishing, the Muskie Expo is the place to be this coming weekend, the 13th through the 15th, where you'll find an excellent assortment of everything muskies, held at the Washington County Fair Park. Find out more at muskieexpo.com.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top-quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
If you're thinking about an infrared sauna, don't miss Good Health Saunas at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show this weekend. This is Jen Latta with ESPN Milwaukee. See their in-home infrared saunas in person, talk with the experts, and take advantage of special show savings. With over 20 years of experience, Good Health Saunas are easy to install, cost as little as 25 cents a day, and include a true lifetime warranty. Find Good Health Saunas at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show, February 12th through the 14th.
All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale Thursday, February 12th. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more starting February 12th at Brewers.com.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
We have lots of reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and text line. Let me get to a few of them before we pull Jason Wilde in here. Jason in the 262 says, I've said it before, this offense is a reflection of LaFleur. Skilled but soft, no changes, and status quo is so on brand for Matt LaFleur. Too soft to do the hard thing. And then Jeff in the 920 says, Joshy is right. This team is going nowhere as long as LaFleur and Goody are in charge. Nothing is going to change. They're an average team at best, fourth in the division. Management sucks. I've been a fan for more than 50 years. I am done because I can't watch this crap anymore.
BS.
With that,
calling whoever sent that in.
I didn't say all that.
That they can't watch this crap anymore.
Because here's the thing I know, Josh. Josh, you're frustrated. But I guarantee Josh is still watching.
Well, Gabe, I can tell you this. I ain't watching on Monday nights. How's that?
That's more about you personally than it is about the Green Bay
I'll take it one step further. I guarantee Chewy's not watching on Thursday nights either, gang. So for whatever it's worth.
It is Blammer Thursday.
Might catch a little the first quarter.
Bedtime changes a little bit. Hi, Jason.
Jason, how are you doing this morning?
Well, you guys are just a ray of sunshine.
Oh, honestly.
If you've been a Packers fan, look, again, I am not here to tell fans what to think, how to feel, how to behave. But if you've been a fan for 50 years and you're calling what we currently have crap, you have very selective amnesia. Because, believe me, what we have seen in the 70s and 80s is much more like crap than what we have seen in the last 3 years. Yeah, so let's not be a prisoner of the moment here.
Feel however you want to feel, but don't tell me you're not going to watch. Because everybody knows you're going to watch.
Let me ask you this, Jason, though. And we just did way too early power rankings, because it is way too early.
Early
Tuesday.
In the show or early in the calendar?
Early on Tuesday. But let me ask you this, okay? Going into this year, as opposed to going into last year, with very, very little money in free agency, players are definitely leaving. You have two of their best players coming off of ACLs, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to say their chances of winning a Super Bowl are better this upcoming year or before the start of the last season?
Yeah, I mean, look, I thought when they acquired Micah Parsons, I think we were actually saying this during the summertime, where I think this is a very good team. I don't think it's a Super Bowl team. And then, they get Micah Parsons, and I think I changed my tune, and I thought that would be a field tilt. I didn't think they had enough stars, right? I thought Tucker Kraft was on the cusp of stardom. I thought their quarterback was a very good quarterback, but not a superstar quarterback like the two that I'd covered before him. And then they got Micah Parsons, and I thought, okay, these guys have more than a puncher's chance to go to the Super Bowl. And then they lost both those guys. We know where we stand. The issue I have with this is they're going to get both those guys back. They're going to get Kraft back. They're going to get Micah Parsons back. Yes, they're coming off ACLs. They are going to get Zach Tom back at some point. I mean, they played a lot of the year without their best offensive lineman. Their other guy that had been to the most Pro Bowls of an offensive lineman was moved to a position that he thought he could play and the team thought he could play, but it turned out he couldn't really play it, right? He's a really good guard, and if he'd have stayed there, maybe things are different on the offensive line as well, and they don't spend the money they did on Aaron Banks. It is a trickle-down of a variety of unfortunate events that prevented them from being close to playing on Super Bowl Sunday. My issue now is they're going to get some of these guys back, but what holes are they going to have in their lineup and in their roster by the time we hit free agency or we're a few days into free agency, right? Like, maybe we're overvaluing some of these guys that are going to be free agents from the 2022 draft class, and maybe there's going to be, soft markets for them, and they can keep a Sean Ryan on a inexpensive prove-it deal so they have a starting center instead of trotting Jacob Monk out there with his limited experience. Maybe Jordan Morgan is really a guy that once he settles in at left tackle will be a really good player in spite of his short arms, right? I mean, hey, Joe Thomas had a Pro Football Hall of Fame career for allegedly short arms. Brian Bulaga was a really, really good right tackle with his allegedly short arms. So I just feel like there's a lot of questions right now. I get people are frustrated and they feel like change would make them feel better, and that's fine. You can feel that way. I don't know if I'm willing to get on board with that myself, simply because I don't know. First of all, there is a bunch of change, right? I mean, it's not we're firing a bunch of guys and that's resulted in change. There's been a lot of departures and defections change. But again, like, I don't know, Luke Getsy, he was Jordan Love's quarterback's coach his first 2 years in the league, right? Mm-hmm. And that was when Jordan wasn't very good, frankly. But they obviously spent a lot of time with him to try and get him ready for 2022 when he showed that he was a little bit better. And Rodgers won 2 more MVPs during that window. So, I don't know if just because they promoted from within to replace Sean Mannion, it's crap and it's status quo and they don't care about winning. Maybe Luke Getsy's just the right guy at this point in Jordan Love's career to get him to go to the next level now. And if that's the case, I thought Jordan Love had a pretty darn good season. And if he improves 10%, then he could be really, really good in 2026.
He improves 10%. He's going to be a finalist for the MVP. I feel very confident in that. So I'm with you in terms of Steno, Jason, because I just don't know. I don't know what his responsibilities are. I don't know what he is ultimately in charge of, right? Because Matt LaFleur is the play caller. So I just don't know. So maybe he doesn't do enough. Maybe he does do enough. I just don't know. However, if it was his idea to do the offensive line rotation thing, then I can support him being fired. Whose idea is it that the Packers have constantly over the last handful of years done, we're going to rotate our left tackle. We're going to rotate our right guard. Whose idea was that? Because that's one, in a copycat league, it has not caught on across the NFL.
Yeah, I would say that I don't know this for certain, but when he was the offensive line coach, I don't think they did that, right? So I don't think I can draw a through line from them doing it in recent years to it being his idea. I also don't think that it's probably Luke Butkus's idea. I think it's probably the head coach and perhaps even the general manager. Like, look, the general manager's mentality on playing young guys, I think, is really important to always. I'm not saying it has to be at the forefront of the conversation all the time, but I think it has to be on your mind when we're trying to understand why certain things are done the way they are. And what I mean by that,
unless we're talking about Matthew Golden.
Yeah, right. I would argue that his inconsistency with route running, which Jordan Love inadvertently revealed, right, was part of that, because that's one area that your growing pains lead to turnovers and interceptions, etc. But Goody got up there a little over a week ago, and when I asked him about sprinkling in some 30-somethings and him saying there's no line of demarcation, one of the things he said is if you got those guys playing, then that means your younger guys aren't getting the opportunity. And remember, his philosophy going back to 2023 and the way that season played out only hardened that philosophy. Was you got to play them through their growing pains, and then they come out on the other side, and then you're in a really good position at the end of the season to not only make the playoffs but be good in the playoffs. Now, I'm not sure that we have a lot of evidence past 2023 that that's the case, But if that's his philosophy, then one of those components is getting young offensive linemen work instead of just having them sit behind someone else. And you and I don't agree with that philosophy. I also think that we have to be honest about the cross-training stuff. Like, I don't know. I think the only thing we learned from Jordan Morgan cross-training is that he can't handle it, right? That he can't play at a high level when he's doing a bunch. And it has not been fair to him. Like, I understand the NFL's not fair and life's not fair, but I would be curious if the guy, I mean, I don't want to say he has a bad attitude because I don't know that. But every time you talked to him, which was not frequently, what would he always say? I want to be the left tackle. I mean, he walked in here after he was drafted and basically said, I only want to play left tackle. And then that never happened. So there's a lot of questions between your way too early power rankings and understanding just how good these guys can be, including a draft in which they don't have a first-round pick.
Jason, I want to preface this question with a statement, which is we all believe that the Packers are a draft and develop team. Yes?
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
NFL.com put out a list of the draft classes from this past year. Now, I know it is tough to grade
even tougher to do that.
A graph.
It's
even tougher to do that.
It's really hard to do is say it. To grade a draft. But let me just rattle off a few key teams here in NFL.com's rankings of the 2025 draft classes. The Bears, number 1. Seattle, your Super Bowl champs, number 3. The Lions, 16. The Vikings, 28. And if the way I'm delivering this is any hint as to where Green Bay is, they are dead last at 32, according to NFL.com. So take it for what it's worth, but this isn't just some, mom and pop blog out there that's ranking the drafts. What do you make of NFL.com saying that the 2025 draft was worst in the league with a grade of a D+?
Well, first of all, I would like to start reading some mom and pop. What would that look like? Are they like? Is that like Gabe's parents doing one?
Pretty much, yeah.
Because I would read anything that Mark / Keith would write.
Yeah, Keith's retired now. I'll see. I see if I can set him up.
It's going to be much more optimistic, in my opinion, than the talk and text line.
So they drafted what? 8 guys. 8
1,
guys,
2,
right?
3,
Correct.
4,
Matthew
5,
Golden,
6, 7, 8. Yes.
Matthew Golden, Anthony Belton, Savion Williams, Barron Sorrell, Colin Oliver, Warren Brinson, and then the other Micah, right? Micah Robinson, and then John Williams, who did such a great score for many classic films.
Yes. He was so busy writing the score, he played in 0 games with 0 starts.
He's got a back issue that he was on like PUP pretty much all season. Yeah, graded based on contributions as rookies, that's probably where they belong without knowing the other 31 drafts. I still think that Matthew Golden ultimately will be a good player. I think Anthony Belton, who there were a lot of questions about when he was drafted, about how, he's big, but there were criticism of his feet. Savion Williams, I don't know what to think of him. He was billed as the second coming of Cordero Patterson, and then we learned that he barely returned kickoffs during his time at TCU. They drafted 2 guys on day 3 that, should be playing roles for them in the pass rush and at defensive end this coming season if they're going to part ways with Rashawn Gary and if they let Kingsley Enagbare walk. They added a defensive tackle where they needed help, and a guy that played at Georgia, which is obviously one step below the NFL. And then, they finally drafted a corner when we all knew that they needed corner help, and then they let him get away because he signed off the practice squad to Tennessee. And then we've got our composer at the end of the class. Yeah, it's not a big class, right? I mean, Goody, the previous drafts, 11 players, 13 players, 11 players the previous 3 years. So, yeah, that's probably where they belong. And, again, this goes back to what I keep saying and sounding like I hate Goody, which I don't, but like if you spend a little more time looking at his draft classes, you don't come away believing he's one of the absolute best GMs in the NFL.
Jason, for spills and giggles, if the season was to start tomorrow, who's the backup left tackle?
We're not keeping Elton Jenkins, right? So it's not him. It's a great question. Zach Tom moves over, and then they believe in versatility. So you move Zach Tom to left tackle, and then you move Anthony Belton to right tackle, and then you bring, Donovan Jennings off the bench to play right guard. Look, the offensive line, and there was a time earlier in Goody's tenure where this was also an issue where they didn't really replenish the depth, and so they didn't have a lot of guys in waiting, and now they're going to let most likely 2 guys from the 2022 draft class walk, plus cut Elton Jenkins. You lose 3 guys that have played as many snaps as those 3 guys have, that creates a pretty big hole in your offensive line. But it was like 18 and 19, he did not – I think he drafted maybe 1 offensive lineman in each of those 2 drafts, his first 2 drafts. Like, remember there was that guy from Washington State, I can't remember his name. I want to say Holly Madison, but it's not that. Something Madison.
Cole Madison.
Cole Madison, thank you. And he had he dealt with some mental health issues, and then he blew out his ACL. He never played. He was the only offensive lineman they drafted that year. The year that they drafted both a punter and a long snapper, if you recall that. And then the next year, the only offensive lineman they took was Elton Jenkins. And then in 2020, Blue leaves for free agency, and then a year later, Corey Linsley leaves. Like, look, this is what happens, right? And then in 2020, Goody was like, oh, crap, we're kind of thin on the offensive line. He drafted those 3 linemen all in the 6th round. One of them was Runyon, who ended up playing a bunch for him. They're in that spot again. And so I don't – if you watched the Super Bowl and you watched what happened to Drake May, who finished he had 1 fewer MVP first-place vote than the guy that won, he had no chance in the Super Bowl. So it is why offensive line is among my biggest reasons Packers fans should be worried about the coming season.
Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. Have a great one. We'll talk to you again very soon.
All right, everybody, take care. Be good.
Like tomorrow, Jason Wilde will join Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But, of course, you can hear him on Wilde and Tausch right after our show each and every weekday morning here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Craving big flavor without the big price? Then get ready, because Screamin' Sicilian Tavern-style pizzas just right now, $5.99 at Metcalf's. February 12th, that's today, through the 18th. We're talking thin crust, crispy crust, just like you're going to crave. It's bold, piled high toppings, and unbeatable flavor with every single bite. More toppings, more flavor, more is amore. Premium pizza without the premium price, only at Metcalf. So grab one or grab a few before this deal ends. Again, right now through the 18th, get tavern-style pizzas from Screamin' Sicilian, just $5.99 each. This delicious deal ends February 18th.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Still seeing some typical slowdowns on 94 eastbound. You're tapping the brakes at 84th Street through part of the construction slow, starting at 35th through the stadium interchange. Otherwise, rest of the system travel times looking good this morning. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy. Now hiring as the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's glenroy.com/careers. Today, partly sunny, a bit cooler with a high of 33 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy and a low down to 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I would have liked to have seen the process go a little bit longer. I would have loved to have seen them evaluate. And then if it still comes back Gannon, great.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It did feel like there was maybe a little bit of a push. If you don't bring him in and get him done now, he's going somewhere else.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
In healthcare, change is constant. Fifth Third Bank helps organizations navigate that change with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From capital structure optimization to revenue cycle support and commercial payment tools, Fifth Third empowers sustainable growth. For nearly 20 years, the Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trusted, long-term relationships. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Did you know that fact, though?
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that fact?
Is that just a fact, Brig?
Yeah. I mean, that's what Chewy does. Chewy knows the most facts of anyone on the show.
He also knows the most fiction.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you've ever thought about getting an infrared sauna, this weekend is honestly the best time to check one out. I have a Good Health sauna in my basement. I use it all the time, especially during Wisconsin winters. You know when you come in from outside and you just can't shake the chill? Whoa. Step into that sauna, get a good sweat in. It feels fantastic. Good Health Saunas is at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show this weekend, which is great because you can actually see the saunas in person. Open the door, step inside, have a seat, see how you feel, ask questions, and see how easy they are to install in your home. They've been doing this for more than 20 years. They cost about 25 cents a day to run, and they come with a true lifetime warranty, which was a huge deal for me because, you know, things break down, but not my infrared sauna. So if an infrared sauna has been on your list, go to Good Health Saunas at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show, February 12th through the 14th. We were just discussing during the break, Chew, there is this narrative out there that Matt LaFleur doesn't have new ideas brought into the program, and I want to be clear, I don't think that's the case, right? Like, he has brought in guys who have lost their jobs, who have been fired. Robert Saleh, of course, was consulting in 2024. Luke Getsy was a consultant before he was put back on staff. Ryan Mahaffey, I wasn't even familiar with Ryan Mahaffey, so judge away, I don't care. But he was added as an offensive quality control guy to bring in new ideas, I think 5 years ago. All he did was elevate himself to the wide receivers coach. But, Gabe, per usual, He is no longer with the team. Why?
Yeah, he went with Sean Mannion to Philadelphia.
So this idea, Chu, that maybe Matt LaFleur is sort of insulating himself and not open to new ideas and not open to bringing people in to mix things up, shake things up, it isn't really accurate.
No.
I mean, he brought in Sean Mannion. Like, Mannion had interest, and he convinced him to come be knowing that he was going to be the quarterback coach eventually. Hey, come in, learn behind Tom Clements, and then you can become the guy. And that's what happened. And now the guy's an offensive coordinator.
No, I know. That's why, I mean, don't you need to upgrade coaches like players? I mean, look at Tucker Kraft right away. Musgrave comes in as a second-round pick. What was Kraft?
Kraft was a third-round pick.
Third? But almost immediately, maybe not immediately, because there was the Gush, the season of the Gush, the original Gush, Luke Musgrave. Didn't take long for everyone to notice that Tucker Kraft is better than Luke Musgrave.
It took a half of a season because
and typically.
The only reason that we noticed it is because somebody got hurt.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because he kept falling down.
Well, I mean, maybe that's why he got hurt. But Musgrave got hurt, and that's why Tucker ended up getting his big opportunity, and everyone went, oh, maybe there's something here with Tucker Kraft.
I know, but typically don't you give the benefit of the doubt to the guy who's drafted higher?
Yeah.
And it didn't take long because I was just reading the Bears, the rah-rahs at the Bears, and they're already bashing the move. Because Getsy was the offensive coordinator at Chicago, and then he went to the Raiders, and they were just spouting off that he was terrible. He was the 28th ranked offense, and they're bashing. They're like, why wouldn't you hire Mannion as the OC, who is obviously being coveted by a handful of teams, to replace Stinovich?
And maybe they wanted to.
But why would Mannion, again, Mannion's calling the plays in Philadelphia. Why would Mannion stick around and not call the plays?
Which is what I keep going back to, right? Like this idea, Chu, that it's not that attractive. Again, can you make something of it? Of course. Are there guys who go from not calling plays to elsewhere calling plays? Yes, it certainly is a stepping stone. But if I'm in that role, I want to show my offensive acumen. And with Matt LaFleur calling the plays, which apparently everybody thinks is his strong suit, it's just not that attractive of a role. And if you get the opportunity to call plays, I think you're always going to go that way.
Because that's the way you get head coaching jobs. What do we always say about Eric Bieniemy when he was in Kansas City? Well, he doesn't call the plays. He's got to go someplace to call the plays so he can get an opportunity to being a head coach. And if you are, again, if you're Mannion, yeah, you're going to take that job in Philadelphia because that's the next stepping stone. Look at what's happened there. The last two guys who have had success in that role have become head coaches in that league.
But you have to ask yourself after 2 years with Steno, why isn't he gotten a job? I mean, go back to Sherm Lewis, Gabe. Okay? Under our offense. 3-time MVP. Top 5 offense in the NFL for 4 years straight. And I know the reason why. I'm not going to tell you guys.
All right.
I know the reason why. But doesn't that give you pause?
Oh, how come so? Why didn't you fire him? Why weren't you pounding on the door of your head coach going, hey, Sherm
Because
it
didn't matter. We are already a great team. But I can tell you, I mean, look who left. Mooch left. Andy Reid left. John Gruden left. They all left. I'm just saying, doesn't it give you a little pause because we're trying to connect the dots here?
Maybe they just think he's not. I don't know, Chu, because I don't know what his response is. He might be really good in the job that he has, and teams just go, I don't think he can call plays. I don't think he's going to be able to kind of call plays, and that's what we're looking for here. And maybe he's not a play caller. I don't know. Like that's the whole thing. Like, I don't want to go, yep, Steno's got to go, if I don't know. Like, I can't just sit here and say, yes, that dude should lose his job.
I know
because
that.
I just don't know what his responsibilities are, what he's good at, what he's not good at, because it's one of those things when you're an offensive coordinator who doesn't call the plays, it's hard to pinpoint your success, your reason for success or reason for failure within the organization.
But do you think it's possible to be loyal to a fault? Because I know
100%,
through Dylan in the programs he's been with, and there's been ADs that say, okay, in order to keep your job, you got to fire this person. And they don't fire them, and then they get fired themselves, which I think is stupid.
That's what happened to John Harbaugh.
I think the Adam Stinovich defense is rather convenient if you take it in a vacuum. Why was Joe Barry back for a third year? Why did Sean Menenga take so long, or Maurice Strayton take so long to get fired? Why was it multiple weeks?
Balls.
It's because Matt LaFleur has trouble moving on from people. Yeah. And we can say all we want.
Okay, so tell me the reasons why
can
that
I
he should
finish
be
my
fired.
sentence first?
No.
Please. If we're going to operate under the idea it's not that attractive, well then what's the point? Why even have one? Like, there's enough guys in the NFL who are looking to upgrade their positioning in the NFL. There are plenty of guys right now in the NFL who would love to go from QB coach or pass game coordinator or run game coordinator to upgrade to an offensive coordinator position with the Green Bay freaking Packers. Like, to me,
what are you going to do?
But again, so you think Steno should be fired?
I think Matt LaFleur.
No, I'm not
needs
saying
to
fired.
do
I'm saying
something
upgraded
around him.
But if we're calling for Steno's head, I want to know why we're calling for Steno's head.
We're not calling for Steno's head.
Then
we're
what are
just
we
saying
doing?
Upgrade. Well, move him. People get flipping demoted all the time.
Okay,
and if you don't want to get demoted, then there's the door.
Okay, so you're
Gabe, when they go,
semantics.
Gabe,
You're still calling for the man's job, and we don't know what he does.
Gabe, okay, the season just ended. They were the 7th seed and lost again. What's your take? What are you going to say?
Again,
give it time? Oh, let's give it more time. We'll be better next year.
My point is, he may be the problem. That's possible. He might not be the problem. Also possible. I'm just not going to call for someone's job when I don't know what their responsibilities
We're not calling
are.
for his job.
Because, yes, you are. You're saying demote him. That's the same thing as fire him, and you know that.
Gabe, do you like Wi-Fi over dial-up?
Yeah, but again, I don't know if he's dial-up. He might be Wi-Fi.
But there's a problem, though.
I honestly don't know.
You admit there's a problem.
Yes. But Matt LaFleur's coming back. That's already been decided.
Sure.
Just
and we're standing behind him.
Firing someone to fire just for firing's sake, I don't get behind that.
I do think that this goes back to, guys, we have seen from a personality standpoint that Matt LaFleur, as Joshy and I have said this morning, is hesitant to make those changes.
Which is
right?
100%
There are guys who just swing the axe. Right? There are guys. Sean Payton, we talked about that. Look how good the Broncos were this year. Sean Payton's not good enough. Swing the axe, right? I do want to also mention, because some folks have mentioned it on the Carbless Talking text line, they did bring in Noah Pauley as their wide receivers coach. That will be new blood. That will be new ideas. I know he's a wide receivers coach, but if you consider the fact that those offensive guys all sort of get together, there's new thought. There's diversity of thought. If you're looking for somebody new on the offensive side of the ball, the guy from Penn State was brought in. He had just joined the staff, and he is now in Green Bay coaching Christian Watson at North Dakota State as well, so there is some familiarity there. That can you give that any credence? Can you look at that and say, okay, all right, there's a change. Let's see if that change, albeit small in the grand scheme of offensive staff, hierarchy, can make a difference in what we have seen too often from an inconsistency standpoint.
I'm just hoping he plays Matthew Golden more.
That'd be great.
I just want people to answer the question when they're the 7th seed next year and they lose in the first round. What are we doing? What are we going to do? Because I'm firing every ass in that building. That's what I'm doing, Gabe.
What
are you doing?
Which is fine. But I'm just saying, I'm not expecting them to fire Matt LaFleur next year if they're the 7th seed. If they make the play, I'm not expecting that because they don't give him the.
Yeah, but what do you want? What do you want?
I want coaches that are good at their job, but I'm not calling for someone's firing if I don't know if they're good or not. That's all I'm saying. He might be the problem.
If they go 11-6 next year, 7th seed, lose in the first round, do you want them fired or do you want them back?
It depends upon how it all looks, man.
Well, and I do think what's interesting, guys, is this is absolutely something that Ed Policy had to consider when he was trying to determine whether or not to bring Matt LaFleur back. Right? It's not just about the X's and O's. It's not just about the game management. It's about how you run your staff. It's about how you manage the building. And I guarantee Ed Policy looked at it and said, one of the traits that we have seen pop from Matt LaFleur over the years is he seems to be loyal to the guys he brings in. Whether that's loyal to a fault, I can't tell you. I agree with Chew. The results have not been good. The results have not been what you want. But I'm not capable of pinpointing exactly, much to Gabe's point, why that is. And so, yes, Chewy, I agree with you that the argument could be made. It clearly hasn't been up to snuff. It clearly has been an underperformance. So you got to make some changes. Why won't you make some changes? And look, maybe Ed Policy said to him, hey, listen, you're a nice guy. You're a good guy. Going forward, you got to be more cutthroat. If people are underperforming, you got to hold their feet to the fire. We got to move on because like Gabe said, Joshy said, there's a whole line of people out there who would love to be the Packers insert coaching name here. And let's make sure we have the best people for the job as we go forward and try to chase our goals. Got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good conversation from you guys. I love the passion, as always, here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Ryan from Maguanago weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line. He says, I want winners. Where have we heard that before?
Oh, keep your pants on, Chew. That's all I'm asking. Just don't pull a Singletary. Start pulling your pants down, man. Just keep them on. Tune into the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Bucks versus the World, narrated by comedian Charlie Berens, reveals the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to take on the best national team in the world, the Soviet Union. Before the Dream Team, this long-forgotten tournament in Milwaukee globalized the game of basketball and opened the doors to international stars coming to the NBA. Find Behind the Bucks, bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and the new ESPN Wisconsin app. Wherever you get your podcasts, Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
A Road at Night is a documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. You can see it on the big screen at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison, February 13th through the 19th, with exclusive post-screening panels during the opening weekend. A Road at Night, February 13th through 19th at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes and get tickets right now at aroadatnight.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This President's Day, stand up for comfort and real savings at Steinhoffel's. Celebrate with big deals store-wide. Get $50 off every $4.99 you spend. Save on sofas, sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses, plus amazing doorbusters. Make your dream room more affordable with no interest financing until 2031 when you spend $19.99 or more. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard. Hurry, shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 0% financing for 36 months plus $500 off your project. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Kessler's gives you diamond choices that no one else can give you.
We have all the colors and clarities and carat weights of diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers, newborn created diamonds.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Tell them what an anniversary diamond is, Monica.
An anniversary diamond can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
Every diamond makes a statement.
Okay.
The anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
Now tell them about our miraculous no small print warranty.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate.
We've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Ben
Ambrose here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear, too. You pay a fortune for big-name gear, a fancy logo, a slogan, and it still stinks. Iron Jock doesn't play that game. Silver ion technology is woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. And now, through February 22nd, our listeners can get 35% off all Iron Jock orders over $50 with the code ESPN35. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
No, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a, oof, like just, instead of a, huh.
Yeah. But that's all part of
You know
taking the
what I'm
training
talking
law.
about.
I do, but it's just such funny noises.
Did this get sexual or something? I don't know about it. What the hell just happened?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Chewy, I'll bring you into the stream of consciousness here as we wrap up the first hour of the show 5 minutes after the hour.
It's not a big deal. We'll need Tausch do much worse than this.
Oh, well, we're grading on a curve then. Fantastic. We were just talking about the offensive line, and I don't even know how did it come up, Gabe? I was mentioning, Wall.
Yeah, Mike Wall had some sort of comment about the Packers' offensive line and whether or not
Gary weighing in on the YouTube stream saying Mike Wall was questioning if the offensive line was getting the help they need to succeed inside the building, and if they're not, they need to go outside the building. And then I said, I don't think I covered Mike Wall, so we were looking up the years, and his last year was 2004. My first year covering the Packers was 2005, covered him for the next 8 years. And I was saying to Gabe, man, did they have some good offensive lines. Like I started rattling off some of the guys. Yeah. Chad Clifton, Darren College, Scott Wells, Jason Spitz, Mark Tauscher. Transition, Chad Clifton, Darren College, Scott Wells, Jason Spitz to, that's Tauscher again. Sorry, I missed my line. Brian Bulaga, though, into, you know what I mean? Like, and then even, you got David Bakhtiari, Josh Sitton, Corey Lindsley, TJ Lang, Brian Bulaga. When is the last time you looked at the offensive line for the Green Bay Packers and went, oh, man, those are some dogs. Those are some hosses.
It was never a problem under Ron. Never. I mean, you're even playing, and I love Bruce, don't get me wrong, but Bruce was a dinosaur, but he could still play. I mean, physically he was a mess, but he was so smart, and he knew how to get stuff done. I mean, that was never a problem. And we were never high-priced guys. Never. Never a high-priced guy. Earl Dotson, Adam Timberman, Frankie Boy, A.T., Marco Rivera, just was, and he drafted John Michaels. You know what we did? Figured it out, and it wasn't a problem. It's just, this is a spot that is, and I think that's why we're so frustrated, like you said, Jen. It's never been a problem. Now it's a problem. And you had the top 5 offensive line. Stop being so damn cute, Goody. Stop being so damn cute. Oh, we're the youngest. Yay! Stop being so cute. Just take what you learned from your predecessors, apply it to now, put a little twist on it, and go there. Stop going off the rails. Because what was there before with Holmgren, with Sherman, with Mike McCarthy, all worked. Ain't that hard. Stop being so damn cute.
Well, and I want to be clear about the offensive line because I think we all know that they were ranked pretty high. They were in the top 10 of the league last year, but we're talking about consistency, right? And that's what strikes me when I look at Pro Football Focus and I'm reminded of those 5 across the front year in and year out. There was consistency, and it was only one guy that when you moved on from somebody, it was just at that one spot, right? And then that guy was the consistent at that spot for years. And then maybe you make a move at another spot, and then that guy's consistent. So it is an interesting philosophy, the situation that Green Bay has found itself in on the offensive line.
Kind of been chasing since that Bakhtiari injury. 2020 is probably the last time I think you look at an offensive line and go, whoo, whoo. Then that knee injury kind of changed things.
I love how they draft and develop and then get rid of the guy. My guy Sheed, who no one has beaten out in his entire life.
Jen Gabe and Chewy rolls on right after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Still have a crash, 894 westbound at 60th Street. Looks like two vehicles involved, so part of the left shoulder is blocked. Volume is heavy in other spots out of the Mitchell interchange, 4394 northbound on the brakes until you get past Oklahoma. Still slow 94 westbound starting at Layton through the stadium. 94 eastbound as well, tapping the brakes 84th until you get past Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. Today, partly sunny, a high near 33. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. This report brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. Reaction also rolling in on the YouTube stream. Remember, you can always watch the show on YouTube, see what's happening in the studio, and comment alongside with us on ESPN Wisconsin's YouTube page. Want to pivot off of the Packers for a moment here and talk about what else? Your Milwaukee Bucks, who now get the sounder ready, Joshy, got a win last night over the team that blew their doors off the previous game, the Orlando Met. What in the...
Yeah, that's what we want. That's the right music. Thank you.
All right, I guess
he's so proud of himself, too.
We're Tank City over there.
He's got this bleep-eating grin back there, Chewy. He's so proud of himself.
Well, because he definitely rope-a-doped me is what happened there. I thought we were going to get the celebration sound from the beginning of the show, you know, where he was hotkey happy, and then he goes womp, 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 womp.
Boring.
So we're now trying to win.
I didn't even know we had that one.
Neither did I.
I didn't either. Can we get a little weed whacker in there, too?
I haven't even done anything yet.
I know. We're just anticipating.
We're going to mention Cam Thomas.
Yes.
So.
Well, did you see how Cam Thomas performed last night? Gabe, what was his final line? Do you remember?
He finished last night with 34 points. Coming in off the bench, was 4 of 6 from downtown. Hit basically the three that closed things out that was minimum 35 feet away from the basket. They just left him alone, and he decided, I'm going to huck this thing up there, and it went down.
Dog, he put the team on his back.
All right, fair enough. Again, hotkey happy.
We're just discovering new things. Yep. I'm not going to lie. I heard that when I got a little nervous, Josh. Thank God it wasn't that long.
How many teams make the playoffs? 8 or 10?
8. So 10. So the top 6 chew, the way it works in the NBA, top 6 are safe, and then the teams 7 through 10 play in. To get the final 2 spots. 7 and 8 play for the 7 seed. Whoever wins gets the 7 seed. If the 8 lose, they play the winner of 9-10. Winner of the next game ends up being the 8 seed.
So they're 4 out of 10?
They are 2 games out of 10.
2 games out of 10.
And I don't know why you guys are even championing or cheering for tank/losses, because when Giannis comes back, you know he's going to go full speed ahead, trying to get as many wins as possible, try to put them in a playoff spot, whether that's in the play-in or whether that's in the field. And it's a moot point. I understand. I do want to get to this, though, because Brian Windhorst was on the Rich Eisen show yesterday, and he talked a lot about the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I want you to take a listen to what Brian Windhorst said emphatically yesterday on the Rich Eisen show.
Here's what I can tell you. Again, let's focus on actions over words.
Yes, sir.
The Bucks were negotiating a trade for Giannis last week. Now, whether or not they ever intended to actually follow through on those negotiations, I don't know. I can't speak with that kind of intelligence. But the Bucks were on the phone taking bids and having a back and forth.
Yes.
So the idea that this was all some sort of hoax, no. The Bucks were absolutely doing it. And, you know, they didn't like the offers that they got. And I think their offers, you know, the NBA trades are so complex. And I don't know where to go, like to lose people, have them glaze over. But long story short, the Bucks can get more from teams in the summer than they can now.
When you hear Windhorst say, report, articulate, that the Bucks were listening to offers, fielding offers, whatever word you want to put on it, is there any world where you can convince yourself, Gabe, that the Bucks front office did that without the express written consent, without the blessing of their superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Could I do that? Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I could. I mean, do I think that's what happened? No, I do not. I think Giannis was understanding of what was going on. It's why we got some of the quotes that he gave to Jim Ozarski and Eric Name of the Journal Sentinel and Athletic, respectively, in those one-on-one interviews that he did. Like, he was clearly somebody who was aware of the situation around him. Do I think there's a possibility the Bucks were also doing just their due diligence of, all right, we know this thing could come to an end. Let's see what's out there right now. And the only way they were going to trade Giannis is if they were blown away. They weren't blown away. But now they kind of have an idea of what teams think Giannis could be worth if they get to that point this summer where he doesn't indicate that he would sign that supermax on October 1st. And then they have to trade him because that's the next drop dead date. If he doesn't sign on October 1st or doesn't give the Bucks indications he's going to sign October 1st, that's when he eventually gets traded.
So when does it go down, Gabe? Does it go before the draft or after the draft? Better chance of it happening.
After the draft. Because the way you can actually trade some picks without ever trading picks, you make the pick for somebody else, and then you can trade the rights to that draft pick. So it would be, if the earliest he would be traded is after the draft. The latest he would be traded is early October after he does not sign the Supermax, which is, again, going back to this idea of the Bucks tanking. The Bucks want to show that they can still have a winning culture and show Giannis that, hey, we still have some pieces here. We have to add around it, certainly, to get to championship level. But if we kind of make a push here, we get to that 8 seed, who knows? We'll take on the Detroit Pistons and see what happens. Because while they're a really good defensive team, I don't think they have somebody that can really slow down Giannis. And that could be a fun playoff series. The Bucks have a really interesting schedule coming out of the All-Star break, because they are going to play at their first 2 games out of the break are on the road. Starting February 22nd, they have 9 of 10 at home and the 1 road game's in Chicago. So that's a lot of time where you don't have to travel. You're going to be around here. I think we take a look after that 10-game stretch to see where they are in terms of their viability of making any sort of run in the postseason.
It's so interesting because the reaction immediately when we play the Brian Windhorst sound here is people saying that Brian Windhorst is a windbag, that Brian Windhorst doesn't know what he's talking about. Dr. Denver Dan says, when I hear Windhorst, I puke in my mouth a little bit. Joshy, when you hear Brian Windhorst say the Bucks were negotiating with teams for a Giannis trade at the deadline, is your gut reaction that Windy is lying about that?
No, it's no duh. After all the stuff we heard, the way he talked to, which Gabe mentioned, both Eric Name and Jim Ozarski, the comments, if you read them in their totality, were very clearly a guy who was saying, I don't think this team is going to be competition level or championship level in the near future. Now, we can delude ourselves. We can say that's not real. And I understand there's emotions filled with this. You're tied to Giannis. He's grown up here. He's given us the best stretch of Milwaukee Bucks basketball in my lifetime. And the idea of him not being here is one that's probably untenable. And there's going to be a lot less fans. There's going to be a lot less interest. But I don't think we get to the point we are right now without it. Like, Giannis didn't say anything during that whole... Didn't come out and publicly say these trade rumors are false. I've not asked for any of this. And I think there's a reason for that. Because he knew it might be in his best interest, even if he didn't request a trade, in his best interest for the team to look for him to go to somewhere else.
Chewy, how do you interpret all of this? How do you interpret Brian Windhorst saying that the Bucks were negotiating with teams for a Giannis trade at the deadline? Giannis saying that he wants to retire as a Milwaukee Buck, that he wants to be in Milwaukee. What is your read on how all of these things could coexist?
Yeah, they try to move him because, once again, you know, Giannis has had a number of opportunities lately throughout his career where he could just say one thing and it kind of, everything would go away. And Giannis didn't come out and say, I never asked for a trade. My representatives, trade never happened. Horst could come out and say it, but no one has. I mean, his new business seems to be a good distraction. You hear more about that than you do.
Businesses.
You're going to have to be more specific.
The gambling one.
Oh, Kalshi?
Yeah, Kalshi, the cereal.
Keeping him more
That's
regular.
been a distraction, but
He's
I mean,
getting
come
older.
on,
Staying
people.
regular is
But Jen, you know what? You had the same Favre diehard followers. You had the same Rodgers diehard followers, and you have the same Giannis diehard followers. They have a problem with reality, and this is reality. And I think what Wendy's saying between the lines is, he gone. He gone.
I mean, it's completely up to Giannis because the reality is, Chew, the Bucks are going to do everything they can at the draft before October 1st. I mean, at this point, I think it makes the most sense to drag it all the way out to October 1st. Put that in front of him. Here you go, Giannis. Here's the contract. 4 years, $275 million. Sign it or don't.
Are you allowed to offer that in the summer? What's the particulars on how does that work?
I mean, it's like they can offer it October 1st. But everybody in the world knows that they can offer,
right.
We can they can have the conversation of, hey, when we offer it,
correct.
Are you going to sign?
Because I keep
that's
hearing
the only
them say
chance
the summer.
That's the only chance they have. Agree? That's it. Is to play the money card with the family. That is it.
Play the money card. And again, I mean, they're going to have to pull some rabbits out of the hat. Now, they're going to have, the thing is, they'll have more access to draft picks as well to try to acquire players to convince Giannis to stick around. And if you make a run, again, let's say they get the 8 seed and play a really competitive series against the Pistons, who are the 1 seed right now in the Eastern Conference, that might go, oh, maybe there are some pieces here. Maybe we might be able to do it.
Isn't the fatal flaw here to Giannis returning and playing the fact that he could ostensibly play his way out of Milwaukee by earning an 8 seed and pushing them out of the lottery and then harming their chances at a better pick, which would then convince him to sign long-term and stay here?
That is one of the outcomes, yes.
That's rocking a hard place.
Yeah.
Well,
so you're saying, I want to make sure I'm following this.
Yeah.
So Giannis comes back. He plays so good that the Bucks put themselves in a position where they're in the playoff, thereby affecting their lottery pick, worsening their chances to get a player who could help them keep Giannis down the going forward.
Either the player or just having a high pick to trade away to somebody.
Yes.
Right? Because that pick, whether you keep it or trade it, has a lot of value to it. But if they make the playoffs, they're no longer in the lottery, and then they're locked into whatever they end up doing.
I know we think they can pull rabbits out of their hats. They've done it before. The options are at their thinnest. And that draft pick being a high draft pick is extremely important to any future with Giannis.
I guess when I hear the sound from Brian Windhorst, and again, this starts with me believing that Brian Windhorst is telling the truth, that the Bucks were negotiating with teams for a Giannis trade at the deadline, which is what he told Rich Eisen yesterday. A team that has pushed every button, pulled every lever, done everything to try to make Giannis happy over the last few years, you could argue his entire career, as soon as they knew that he was a unicorn, a generational player who could change the trajectory of the franchise. Are you trying to tell me that over the last 6 months, they're going to risk hacking him off by going behind his back and negotiating with teams when he implicitly has stated that he wants to be here for the long term? I don't think so.
But
That's not happening.
He didn't state that he wanted to be here for the long term.
Well, I want to retire a Milwaukee Buck.
What's the rest of that sentence?
Yes, caveats.
What's the rest of that sentence?
There have been caveats. It's always with the assumption that this team can compete for championships. Again, my point is, when I ask people to take in all of the information, it requires, suspending disbelief, right? It requires...
I mean, everybody has to acknowledge the Bucks were shopping.
I want to say something, and I'm trying not to be a jerk about it, but you know that line? You know that line from A League of Their Own when Jimmy Dugan's like, use your brain?
Oh, I thought you were going to say avoid the clap. I didn't know what that had to do with this.
That's a good one, too. Use your head. That's that lump 3 feet above your you-know-what. That's kind of where my brain was going. When you hear these reports, when you hear this being said, you have to know that the Bucks are not negotiating without Giannis saying, all right, go ahead and see what's out there. Because why would you compromise all of the work you had done to stay on Giannis's good side, to keep him happy?
Go back to his reaction to the Knicks thing that happened before the season, or early in the season. What did he say then? There's truth in every rumor. That's a Giannis quote, too.
If Giannis truly wanted to stay here through the rest of his career because he thought the team was championship ready,
he would sit down.
Would he not be extremely insulted that the place he's brought to the championship and built up a franchise that was trying to trade him? Would that not be like, what the hell are you guys doing?
If he was committed here for the long term, Josh, they wouldn't have waived Damian Lillard the way that they did. They would have been able to sell him like, okay, Giannis, this is just... We just need a year to reset. We need a year to reset. Yep. Look what happened with the Golden State Warriors. I mean, they had a bunch of injuries. They kind of reset. And, I mean, they had young players and didn't necessarily work out. They still won a championship. We don't need to dive into that. But, we just need a year to reset, Giannis, all right? This is just not going to be a year. We're going to have to eat the money from Dame, but then that opens up more money. Maybe we get a good draft pick. And then when you sign that deal on October 1st, we're going to hit the ground running, and we're going to be able to put together a team around you. But that's not how this all played out.
Gabe, let me ask you a question. As soon as I can ask it. Hold on. Be patient.
Hey, I'm the only one who does dead air around here, Chew.
Okay.
What was stopping you from asking?
Yeah, I'm very...
I had to pull up the standings.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you this.
Yep.
Why are the Celtics so good without their Giannis?
Because Jaylen Brown has elevated his game to an MVP level.
That's it?
That's a big read. They sold off a lot of the pieces. Jaylen Brown stepped up. I mean, they've got some good defensive pieces. And, would the Celtics be this good in the West? No. The East is a little, not just a little. The East is down. So that certainly. But the Celtics are really good because Jaylen Brown, he went from being a Robin to a Batman. He's an MVP candidate.
Okay.
James weighing in saying, I think we can explain everything pretty easily. Human beings change their mind. I think some time ago, Giannis made the decision in his head that he was not going to retire as a Buck. Sometime after he made that decision, he had a change of heart, and now I believe he wants to retire as a Buck. 800-990-3776. Gabe, I saw your reaction out of the corner of my eye.
Sure. I like it.
Sure, Jan. Let's go with that. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on right after this.
Boost culture with captivating corporate events like appreciation parties, brand activations, and more. Creative team at Events by Design truly enjoys the work that they do, believing every event should not just be successful, but fun. One people still talk about years later. They implement fresh ideas in every detail from planning to production. Whether you want them to plan something that's big or just kind of step in and come up with some ideas that will help just boost your event, give it that little extra that you're looking for, Events by Design can help you with whatever you're looking for. So retain that top talent. Invest in the culture today. All you have to do is search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Travel time still looking good, but a crash on 894 westbound still at 60th Street. 2 vehicles involved. It's over on the left shoulder, so not causing major issues. Still on the brakes as well. 94 on our construction zone westbound. That starts at 35th until you get through the stadium interchange. And then 94 eastbound, tapping the brakes at 76th until you get past Hawley Road. Traffic is sponsored by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit geistdoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. Today, partly sunny, a high near 33, and then tonight, partly cloudy, a low down to 25. Make this Valentine's Day special. Shop local and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist. Go to welkes.com. That's WELKES.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
Tune in to KBN these next 2 weeks for your updates on the International Hockey Tournament. Whether your team is winning or losing, get ready because Screamin' Sicilian Tavern-style pizzas are now just $5.99 at Metcalf's, February 12th through the 18th. We're talking thin, crispy crust, bold, piled high toppings, and unbeatable flavor in every bite. Win the gold with Screamin' Sicilian. More toppings, more flavor, more amore.
All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale Thursday, February 12th. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic, thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more starting February 12th at Brewers.com.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale, now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Josh DiMaggio here, and I have already lost 15 pounds since I started this journey in mid-January, and now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. But hurry, this Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation. That's 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. I spent years on the mound giving everything I had, and now I feel every inning in my knees, back, and shoulders. But I didn't want surgery, and I sure didn't want to be sidelined. That's why I turned to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Christie and his team use regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No surgery, no meds, and no downtime.
Whether you're teeing off at the club or chasing the grandkids around, QC Kinetics helps you get back to doing what you love.
Call QC Kinetics now and schedule your free consultation. Natural joint pain relief with real results.
Don't let the pain slow you down. I didn't, and neither should you. My friends at QC Kinetics, they'll take care of you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How do you get to 10 in NFL in the football game? How do you do that?
You can have 5 safeties.
That's a great point.
Which would also be a great endorsement for Derek Carr.
2 field goals, 2 safeties.
2 field goals, 2
also
safeties.
a great endorsement for the quarterback. Continue.
Yes.
What else do we have?
On 94.5 ESPN.
For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. Did I tell you guys my cable broke on my garage door last week? If you find yourself in a situation like that, you got to call my friends at Geist today. They got brands like CHI and LiftMaster, doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. And for swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. You can also visit their showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room. Don't think twice. Call Geist. GEISdoors.com, GEISdoors.com. Got a little top 8 at 8 action here, guys, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous. Couple of reasons. One, Gabe has already said that it is a tough list today, and two, we are, 20 minutes behind the clock. So I was like, oh, can you give us an easy list so we can at least roll through it? He goes, sure can't.
Come up with these lists before the show.
8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pine. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken.
Oh my God. Show me chicken.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
All right, Gabe, lay it on us.
Kind of off the list we did a couple of weeks ago because, well, pitchers and catchers have reported for the Brewers. They've got their first workout today. Some hitters even reported. I'm sure you saw some of the videos and pictures from spring training. Guys taking some BP in the cage yesterday. But with that, I am looking since 2018, the pitchers with the most strikeouts for your Milwaukee Brewers. Since 2018, the pitchers who have had the most strikeouts for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Since 20 what?
18. Kind of the start of this golden era of Brewers baseball where they've missed the playoffs just once and have played one game of insignificance.
Well, 2018. So, what is that, 10 years back now? I mean, Freddie Peralta's got to be on this list, right, Shu?
Yeah.
I guess let's go with Freddie Peralta.
Freddie is number one, 1,153 strikeouts for Freddie Peralta since 2018.
Woody.
Brandon Woodruff is number 2 on the list, 839 strikeouts since 2018.
839, good grief. It's been such a rolling.
Corbin Burns.
Oh, good call, Chew.
Corbin Burns,
good call, Chew. Good call, Chew.
We're in a rush, Jen,
strikeouts
so I'm
is
just
number
trying to help
2.
Gabe out.
No, I appreciate that. Would Josh Hader be on this list?
Josh Hader's number 4. You've gotten the first 4. Again, big drop-off there. 473 strikeouts for Hader, but he is indeed number 4.
400 and how many?
73.
Yeesh.
Now,
So the top 4,
Gabe
Peralta, Burns, Woodruff, Hader.
Is this the tough part of it?
You think?
Probably one easy one we can probably get on there too.
There is
the guy that went to the Yankees. Jen, help me out. A relief pitcher. Choke.
Closer?
Yes.
Devin Williams.
Devin Williams is on this list. He's number 6. 375 strikeouts.
Keep chipping.
I just think it's getting tough, man.
I will be surprised if you get one of these next. One of the final 3.
Thanks for the
I will be impressed.
Vote of confidence. What's the lowest number on the list? Is it Hader still with the strikeouts?
No, so Devin Williams was 6.
And what was his number?
Freddie Peralta, Corbin Burns, Woodruff, Hader are the top 4. Devin Williams had 375 strikeouts.
Oof.
Who was good back in 18? Let's here.
Did you make a guess, Joshy?
No, I was giving you an idea.
I don't know.
Ulysse Chassin.
Ulysse is number 12 on the list.
Good try, Joshy.
I mean, is Chase Anderson on the list?
Chase Anderson's number 10.
Chewy, it's up to you. You need one. We need one, and then we got to open it up to the callers.
800-990-3776.
Wow, that vote of confidence from Gabe right there.
The guy that won the Hall of Fame.
What?
Gabe, you know him.
The guy who went into the Hall of Fame?
Help me out. Old, very old.
This is since 2018, man.
I know, but he came...
Can I throw just a dart for fun? Jeremy Jeffress?
Jeffress is 22 on the list.
All right, open it up.
Are you talking about Wade Miley?
Oh, I love Wade.
He didn't strike people out.
No, he did. No, who am I thinking of? He went in the Hall of Fame. Had like a cup of coffee with the Brewers.
800-990-3776.
Trevor Hoffman.
What was
he on the
last
list?
year? 2009?
Oh my goodness, Chew.
Still a good guess.
Can you reset the list one more time as we wait for callers? 800-990-3776.
Brewers with the most strikeouts since 2018. Freddie Peralta, number 1, 1,153 strikeouts. Corbin Burns, 2, 870 strikeouts. Brandon Woodruff, 3, 839. Josh Hader was 4 with 473. We got Devin Williams at number 6, 375. So we have 5, 7, and 8 left on the list.
800-990-3776. Gabe, by the callers that have come in thus far, I think that the loyal listeners think this is too hard.
Do we watch Brewers baseball or do we not watch Brewers baseball?
Well, sure, but we got a lot of good ones. We got a lot of the...
Yeah, I mean, these are all names you recognize.
When was Giovanni's last year in a Milwaukee Brewers uniform? I'm going to look it up.
Not sure, yeah. I mean, I think Giovanni's last year probably would have been like 12, maybe 13.
I'm looking up his baseball reference. 800-990-3776 if you want to give the old college try to Gabe's list. His last year in Milwaukee, 2014. Just missed. Yes, a lot of people are telling us that Trevor Hoffman is who Chewy is thinking of on the YouTube stream. 800-990-3776. If we don't get a call, you might have to just finish this sucker out for us.
Oh, it's good for you. You were asking for a quick list. Nobody wants to call.
That's true.
The phone line's working?
We're going to give it one more minute. 800-990-3776. This is where I always try to call on my phone to see. All right, looks like Joshy's
make sure everything's
talking
working
to someone.
All right.
You think we know these players?
You 100% know the names.
Dan in Milwaukee.
100% know the names.
Dan in Milwaukee. Give it a go.
Let's go with Jacob Mizorowski. The Miz.
Miz has struck out 87 batters in his Brewers career. That is
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start, but it is not on the list.
Let's go out to Austin and Waukesha. Austin, give it a go.
I'm going to go Corey Knebel.
That's a good guess.
Corey Knebel, 103 strikeouts. He's 28. Since 2018, most strikeouts for your Milwaukee Brewers.
800-990-3776. Joshy, who we got? Terry?
That's the one.
Terry, give it a go.
All right, how about Jimmy Nelson or Willie Peralta?
He's just going to throw in spaghetti now.
I mean, those guys haven't pitched since 2018 for this team. So that's incorrect.
800-990-3776.
Yeah, a little disappointed.
Yeah?
A little disappointed in the Brewers fans today.
All right. I don't know what to tell you because I don't know him either. We'll give it one more. We'll give it about 30 more seconds. If we get another call
on the list?
No. He last pitched in 2014.
So he's not on the list?
He's not on the list.
He said since 2018,
Yeah,
guys.
I know, I'm aware.
I know I'm not real smart.
Adrian
but-
Hauser?
Adrian Hauser is number 5 on
There
the
you
list.
go,
we should've got
Joshy.
that.
Adrian Hauser, 439 strikeouts.
My Hoffman guess does not look that bad now.
Well, what, compared to the other guesses?
Again, it's just not a high bar to clear.
It was better than Miz.
Mike in Waukesha, you're up, I'm guessing, last on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Who do you got, man?
Can you just reset what you have real quick?
Okay, so we have the top 6. Since 2018, Brewers pitchers with the most strikeouts for the Brewers. Freddie Peralta 1, Corbin Burns 2, Brandon Woodruff 3, Josh Hader 4, Adrian Hauser 5, Devin Williams 6.
Trevor McGill? Maybe too soon?
Trevor McGill, 162 strikeouts. Number
Wellington?
16 on
This
the
has
list.
to be the last call.
All right, Dan in Sussex, you're the last caller that we can take this morning, so hopefully you can at least give us an answer. Go ahead, Dan.
All right, how about Brent Suter?
Brent Suter is number 9 on the list, just outside, with 259 strikeouts.
All right, who's number 8 on the list?
So number 7 on the list, we'll start there. He was actually a hero for the Toronto Blue Jays, played a role for them this last year. Eric Lauer.
Oh.
Eric Lauer, 329 strikeouts.
Okay.
And number 8, everybody's favorite opener, Aaron Ashby.
I was going to guess him.
He's been around for a while.
He has been. He's been around since
And he does
2021.
those extended,
Yeah, gets those extended relief appearances, has high strikeout numbers. So Aaron Ashby, number 8.
For whatever it's worth, we did have several people on the YouTube stream who guessed Ashby, so kudos to Chipping for Par and Matthew, who all agreed that Ashby was likely on this list. No winner this morning on Top 8 at 8. A little disappointed about that. Dave from Aaron also guessing Ashby on the carbless talk and text line. We got to take a break. I don't even know how we're going to recover from this, if I'm being honest with you. This is one of those epic days. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on after this.
Are you looking to make a change? Are you looking to lose some weight? Well, I can tell you a place that has worked for me. That's Milwaukee Weight Loss. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm starting the journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goal. This program is different. No intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, no counting calories or points, no drugs, surgery, injections, or any of that stuff. Some people lose up to a pound a day. Some people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. I've lost 20 pounds right now, and I'm feeling my best. I need to tell you about this Valentine's month. Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during the Valentine's sale, now through February 28th only. The number is 262-235-3980 or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Travel time still looking good, but a crash on 894 westbound still at 60th Street. 2 vehicles involved. It's over on the left shoulder, so not causing major issues. Still on the brakes as well. 94 on our construction zone westbound. That starts at 35th until you get through the stadium interchange. And then 94 eastbound, tapping the brakes at 76th until you get past Hawley Road. Traffic is sponsored by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit GeistDoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. Today, partly sunny, a high near 33, and then tonight, partly cloudy, a low down to 25. Make this Valentine's Day special. Shop local and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist. Go to Welkes.com. That's WELKES.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeistDoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
This President's Day, stand up for comfort and real savings at Steinhafels. Celebrate with big deals store-wide. Get $50 off every $4.99 you spend. Save on sofas, sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses, plus amazing doorbusters. Make your dream room more affordable with no interest financing until 2031 when you spend $19.99 or more. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard. Hurry, shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business for 130 years, Horicon Bank has helped Wisconsin businesses grow, doing banking differently since 1896. Homer here from ESPN Milwaukee. If you're a local business, that same local approach is part of the Milwaukee business community, bringing decisions closer to you. Financing approved in days, not weeks. Bankers who understand your business. Products built for real cash flow needs. When it comes to commercial lending, Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing well for 130 years.
If you're into muskie fishing, the Muskie Expo is the place to be this coming weekend, the 13th through the 15th, where you'll find an excellent assortment of everything muskies, held at the Washington County Fair Park. Find out more at muskieexpo.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is offering 0% interest for 48 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28, 2026.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What we need is a chart. And every week, we take the shirtless picture of Chew, and we move that to wherever the prediction is of how many wins that they have.
8, 6,
7.
7. I think that's how it goes now, right?
8,
and they lost.
6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. You know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration, the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, a fiery atmosphere, and that monster video wall that is oh so impressive. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More information available online. Must be 21 years old to enter the casino. So apparently Giannis has another endeavor, guys. It just popped across the old Twitter machine within the last, 15 minutes or so. Giannis is doing some candy, right? He's another investor in candy.
What kind?
I didn't read a ton about it. I'm going to look. I'm sure he's promoting it on his socials. So somebody got in Giannis's head and was like, dude, you got to start investing all of this money that you're making.
Yeah, you've got to replace for all the money he's going to lose not signing the SUPERMAX.
Or he's going to have to sign that SUPERMAX to pay for all this. Because he's not, I can't imagine buying into Chelsea was cheap.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know their
right.
financials.
Honored to partner with my friend Alex Ohanian, joining the ownership group of Chelsea, a historic club built on passion, excellence, and winning culture. That was announced the other day. And then he announced yesterday another partnership. He was walking with a bag. Did everybody see that?
Yes, it's a grocery snacks delivery service. I don't know if we should be giving them advertising.
Okay, yeah. That one seems cheap enough. It's probably less to buy into that
one
than
seems
Chelsea.
more like an endorsement.
Okay, more of an endorsement.
Yes.
How come I can't find the candy thing that just came across my Twitter feed? Maybe it was on Instagram.
Did you get got?
No. Maybe.
That's always an empty feeling when you send your pals something that you saw on social media and you get got.
Well, I got yesterday with the old Tetris thing, Joshy. I can't believe that's not a real thing.
You go through all the stages, right? You feel the grief and the sadness of not getting that right, but then also the embarrassment of sending your friend something that you thought was cool.
Well,
you know me.
It takes a lot to embarrass me, as evidenced by the last 6 years on this show. But apparently, this was somebody who had named all of the Tetris blocks, and I was like, Smash Boy? What a great name for the big block, the square block, Smash Boy. And Joshy goes, yeah, that's not real.
I've seen something similar.
Then you looked it up, I assume.
Yes. Yeah. I said, this seems ludicrous.
Wait, hold on. This is a poll. We could put this on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. Are we at the point in society where you have to look everything up?
Yes.
Like you see something, you're either impressed by it or astounded by it, and you're like, I have to look that up to confirm it's real.
I have to do further research, yes.
Put that on the poll.
Yes, my initial reaction to everything is, how am I being tricked? Where's the trick? If it's on social media, I'm thinking it's a trick first.
Fair enough. No tricks here. We got to take a break. We'll roll on right for this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf & Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet
This is amazing.
as it's never been seen before, from pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Elam, big three up, big three in, counted on a foul.
This Sunday, Stevie Elam and the Milwaukee Panthers men's basketball team takes on Green Bay in the Battle of I-43. Tip-off is at 2 p.m. at Panther Arena. Fans will receive a free Panthers keychain while supplies last. Ticket prices start at $23. Help tilt the floor this Sunday at 2. Visit mkepanthers.com for tickets. Panther Athletics for the MKE.
Oh, Stevie!
If you're thinking about an infrared sauna, don't miss Good Health Saunas at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show this weekend. This is Jen Latta with ESPN Milwaukee. See their in-home infrared saunas in person, talk with the experts, and take advantage of special show savings. With over 20 years of experience, Good Health Saunas are easy to install, cost as little as 25 cents a day, and include a true lifetime warranty. Find Good Health Saunas at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show, February 12th through the 14th.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
TBD.
No, not how this
Attaboy.
works.
Attaboy.
That's not how any of this
That's
works.
how you make content.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's how it works for him.
What's TBD mean?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
To be determined.
Did you hear him say to be dumb?
To be dumb. Did Joshy say that?
He did.
On 94.5 ESPN.
All right, well, the good news is it wasn't a fever dream. I was able to find the information on Giannis's latest adventure, or venture, I should say, which is a partnership with Candy Funhouse, where he's what's he doing, Gabe?
Freak Gummies. Giannis Freak Gummies. Freak spelled FR34K. Of course, that's the Giannis thing, using his number in there. So they're available to buy online today. Gummies come in 3 flavors: tropical, strawberry, lemonade, and mixed berry, and in 3 shapes, including a basketball, the Candy Funhouse logo, and
the best one,
Giannis's face.
Giannis's head. I'm just glad that this was a real thing, Chew, and I didn't make it up, because I was real worried there for a minute. I was like, am I hallucinating? I didn't have any gummies this morning. I might buy some of these.
Yeah, you can buy them online. Available starting today. So that was the big announcement, is you can buy these Freak Gummies.
Do you think they'll sell this Giannis Freak Gummy sweatshirt that he's wearing in the promotional content? Because I'd wear that as well. You know,
is
me.
Giannis the new Shaq?
It's getting there.
Joshy, you're creating a segment for Mr. Irrelevant. I feel a segment coming on. Wilde and Tausch is next on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.